Hey everybody, today I'm going to teach you how to do a little swatch, and so I'm going to start off with a slip stitch. So I'm going to do my index finger, thumb, and I am going to twist my yarn, grab my stitch, and pull. Here's my first stitch. So here I am going to do my favorite cast on, my upside down V as I call it, long tail cast on, which is in the link below if you wanted to learn how to do your long tail cast on. I am going to make 10 stitches. Tighten up on my yarn a little bit. I am going to make my 10 stitches. Count my stitches. 10. So I'm going to take my first, put it in my left hand, make sure the long tail is on my left side and the yarn is on my right. So it's a little twisted here. Just move it out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to take my right hand knitting needle, put it in through the loop behind, make my X, wrap my yarn around in through. Here's my first stitch. I'm going to take this stitch and take it off the knitting needle. I put the needle in through the second stitch and behind, make my X. Take the yarn, wrap it around, put it in between. Here's my second stitch. Take the old one off the needle. Needle in through, in behind, make your X with your 2 knitting needles. Wrap your yarn around, make your stitch, and take the old one off the knitting needle. Yarn in through the stitch, in behind like an X, make your yarn, wrap it around, in through, get your stitch, take old stitch off needle, needle through, behind, wrap around, grab your stitch, take old stitch off needle. Needle in through, like an X, wrap it around, in between, grab your stitch, take old one off needle. So here we are, folks. My first row is complete. Make sure it's nice and loose. Not loose enough that it falls off your knitting needle, of course. Now on to my second row. Knit. Eventually we will get into the purl and knit pattern. And a knit pattern eventually, I will have to show you here. A knit pattern looks like this, and you have all of your rows. but we'll start off with a swatch. The best place to learn is to start doing small little squares just to practice. Remember, first stitch, old stitch, off needle, needle in through behind, make your X, wrap around, in through, here's your stitch, take old one off needle. Needle in through behind, X, wrap around, old new stitch, and then old stitch. Needle in through behind, make your X, wrap yarn through, stitch, old stitch off needle. Now usually I'll grab my finger and I'll hold this stitch here so I know that it can't fall off knitting needle. There we are, second row. Now I will try to get back to you on making at least 10 rows. Have yourselves an awesome day. Happy knitting. And don't forget to subscribe to my links down below and give me a thumbs up if you like my video. Have an awesome day again.